BowFlex. In this video, we'll show you how to assemble the IC bike, SEI. Before you begin the assembly, please make sure you read the assembly manual thoroughly, as it contains important safety warnings and assembly tips. Please note, some of the steps might require 2 people. Begin by selecting an area where you are going to set up and operate your machine. For safe operation, the machine must be located on a hard, level surface. Please allow a minimum work area of 79 inches by 47 inches. Be sure that the workout space you are utilizing has adequate height clearance, taking into consideration the height of the user. See the assembly manual for a complete parts list. A right R and left L decal have been applied to the parts to assist with assembly. Select pieces of hardware may have been provided as spares. Be aware that there may be remaining hardware after the proper assembly of your machine. The following tools are included with your assembly. A pair of scissors or a box cutter is recommended. Unboxing the BowFlex IC Bike SEI. This procedure may require 2 people. Begin by cutting and removing the packing straps if present. Next, lay the carton flat on the floor where you will assemble the machine. To open the carton, cut the tape along the bottom box flaps using a utility knife or scissors. Fold out the box flaps, tilt the bottom of the carton up, and fold the lower flap underneath the carton to ensure the opening is clear. If there are parts between the opening and the bottom of the main assembly, remove and set them safely aside. With some assistance, turn the carton upright so that the bottom opening is on the floor. Carefully slide the carton upward and lift it off the machine. Watch for loose parts that may fall and set them safely aside. Set the carton safely aside. Next, carefully remove the packaging material and the parts, hardware card, and documents that are packed around the main assembly. Wait until assembly step 1 to remove the blocks that are zip-tied into the stabilizer brackets according to the instructions. Set the main assembly upright on the floor and check the packaging material for hidden parts. Inspect the machine for damaged parts due to delivery. If damage is found, contact customer service if you are in the US or Canada, or your local distributor if you are outside the US and Canada for assistance. Step 1A. Please note, some components of the machine can be heavy or awkward. Use a second person when doing the assembly steps involving these parts. Do not do steps that involve heavy lifting or awkward movements on your own. Begin by removing the packaging material, P1, from the front stabilizer bracket. Place it under the frame, behind the bracket, to support the front of the machine. Next, attach the front stabilizer. Slowly push the stabilizer in place under the frame, behind the lower front bracket. Secure the stabilizer using the provided hardware. Insert the hardware through the bottom holes on the stabilizer. Fully tighten the hardware using the provided 6mm Allen wrench. Make sure the hardware is fully tightened and remove the packaging material. Step 1B. It is recommended someone assists you with this step. Begin by removing the packaging material, P2, from the rear stabilizer bracket. Place it under the frame in front of the bracket to support the rear of the machine. Next, attach the rear stabilizer. To attach the stabilizer, first pivot the rear stabilizer onto the mount posts in the bracket, and then push it forward into position. Secure the stabilizer using the provided hardware. Insert the hardware through the bottom holes on the stabilizer. Fully tighten the hardware using the provided 6mm Allen wrench. Make sure the hardware is fully tightened and remove the packaging material. Step 2. Begin by attaching the right pedal. Please note, be sure to attach pedals on the proper side of the bike. Orientation is based from a seated position on the bike. The left pedal has an L, the right pedal an R. Start the pedal by hand. If you feel resistance and the pedal does not turn smoothly into the crank arm, make sure that the threads are aligned correctly. Be sure that the pedal is going on straight into the crank arm. If the pedal is not in line with the opening, remove the pedal and start again. With the pedal started by several hand turns into the crank arm, fully tighten it with the 15mm wrench. Confirm that the pedal is fully tightened with the wrench. Repeat these steps for the left pedal. Please note, the left pedal is reverse threaded. Be sure to attach pedals on the proper side of the bike. Orientation is based from a seated position on the bike. The left pedal has an L, the right pedal an R. The pedals must be installed straight into the crank arms by hand, or the threads that secure the pedals may strip. With the pedal started by several hand turns into the crank arm, fully tighten it with the 15mm wrench. If the threads strip due to improper installation, then the pedals can disengage from the bike and/or break while under usage, which can result in serious injury to the user. Step 3. For easier installation of the seat, it may be helpful to adjust the seat post height. To adjust it, loosen the knob and pull to engage the pop pin as you support the post to prevent it from dropping. Move the seat post to the desired position. Do not lift the seat post above the stop mark on the seat post. Release the adjustment knob to lock the pop pin in the desired hole in the seat post. Be sure that the pin is fully engaged, then fully tighten the adjustment knob. Next, attach the seat. Slowly slide and put the seat assembly on the seat post track. Under the post track, install the seat slider adjustment handle and wide washer. Fully tighten the adjustment handle. The handle should be aligned with the seat slider. To adjust the seat, or if the handle cannot turn due to conflict with another part, pull the handle down, turn it to reposition, and push it back in. Adjust as needed. Make sure the seat assembly is fully in place. Step 4. Attaching the handlebar post adjustment knob into the frame. Tighten the handlebar post adjustment knob into the mount on the frame. For easier installation of the handlebar track, it may be helpful to adjust the handlebar post height. To adjust it, loosen the knob and pull to disengage the pop pin as you support the post to prevent it from dropping. Do not cut or pinch the cable. Do not lift the handlebar post above the stop mark on the handlebar post. Move the handlebar post to the desired position. Release the adjustment knob to lock the pop pin in the desired hole in the handlebar post. Be sure that the pin is fully engaged, then fully tighten the adjustment knob. Next, attach the handlebar track onto the top plate of the handlebar post. Secure the track using the provided hardware. Align the track on the handlebar post and fully tighten the screws. Fully tighten the hardware using the provided 4mm Allen wrench. Step 5. Installing the handlebar assembly to the frame assembly. Put the handlebar assembly on the handlebar track and install the handlebar adjustment handle and wide washer. Fully tighten the handle. The handle should be aligned with the handlebar slider. Please note, if the handle cannot turn due to conflict with another part, pull the handle down, turn it to reposition, and push it back in. Adjust as needed. Make sure the handlebar assembly is fully in place. Step 6. Installing the console to the frame assembly. First, route the data cable, 7A, through the opening, 3A, to the connector, 1A, on the console before you slide the console onto the mount plate. If necessary, carefully pull more cable slack out of the handlebar post. Connect the cable and slowly slide the console into place. Make sure the wide tab, 1B, on the console engages the mount plate, 3B. Carefully pull up on the console to make sure it is secure. Do not cut or pinch the cable. If necessary, to keep the cable out of the way, use hook and loop strap to secure it to the handlebar tube. Be sure to allow enough slack for handlebar adjustments. Step 7. Attaching the media rack to the frame assembly. The hardware is pre-installed and not in the hardware bag. Before attaching the media rack, remove the hardware and set it aside for now. Then, insert the media rack tube into the handlebar tube. As you align the holes, tilt the media rack slightly upward to ensure that the outer surface of the tube is flush with the inner surface of the handlebar tube. Next, secure the media rack using the previously removed hardware. Fully tighten the hardware using the provided 4mm Allen wrench. Make sure that the screws hold the media rack securely. Step 8. Attaching the water bottle holder. The water bottle holder goes on the inside of the bike frame as shown. The hardware is pre-installed and not in the hardware bag. Remove the hardware before attaching the water bottle holder. Push the water bottle holder into place and fully tighten the hardware using the provided Phillips screwdriver. Step 9. Adjusting the levelers. Levelers are located at each end of the stabilizers. Loosen the locking nut, part L. Turn the leveler to adjust the height. Adjust the rear levelers until the machine is level. Tighten the locking nuts. Then adjust the front levelers to contact the floor and tighten the locking nuts. Make sure that the machine is level. Do not adjust the levelers to such a height that they detach or unscrew from the machine. Injury to you or damage to the machine can occur. Adjust the levelers as needed. Step 10. Connecting the AC adapter to the frame assembly. Be sure to use the appropriate AC adapter plug for your region. Slowly push and connect the adapter. Make sure the connector is pushed all the way into the power inlet on the machine. Keep the AC adapter clear of moving parts. Secure the cable in the cable guide 7B on the frame. Before using your machine, make a final inspection. Inspect your machine to ensure that all hardware is tight and components are properly assembled. Be sure that the pedals are fully tightened. Be sure to record the serial number on the field provided at the front of the assembly manual. Carefully remove the protective plastic film from the display screen and keypad on the console. Due to static electricity, ghost images may show on the screen, but these will disappear after a few minutes. Congratulations! Assembly of the IC Bike SE SEI is now complete. Do not use or put the machine into service until the machine has been fully assembled and inspected for correct performance in accordance with the owner's manual. After your first few workouts, some hardware will need to be tightened again. To ensure quiet and smooth operation, make sure to tighten the indicated hardware after 3 workouts. Consult the maintenance section of the assembly manual for recommended future service intervals. Reference the assembly manual for workouts, troubleshooting, and other program features. Enjoy your new IC Bike SE SEI. Brought to you by BowFlex.